The great Bambi 42, this is Alpha Grand TV. I'm here with the man, the dog, the maverick, Michael Chiesa. We're 10 days out. It's UFC 287, Miami, Florida. First of all, 10 days out. How you feeling?
I feel good. I'm in a very tricky scenario right now, or tricky situation, I should say. Last Friday, I found out my opponent withdrew from the fight. So now we're just kind of in this limbo phase. I don't know if I'll have an opponent by the time this comes out, but right now we're just kind of in the process of going through negotiations, trying to figure out who we're going to fight. I'm pretty adamant about staying on the card. I like the timeline. I like fighting in Florida, and I'm ready. That's the most important thing. Is I'm very well prepared, and this. If I wasn't, this would be a good time for me to find a way to reschedule a fight or something of that sort. So I'm not super stuck on the opponent. I like the matchup against Li Jingliang. I wish him nothing but the best. It's a pretty serious injury he sustained, but I'm ready to move forward and fight whoever they put in front of me.
Now, is this new? Is this breaking news? Is this out in the public?
Like I said, but I don't know when this is coming out, but today's Tuesday, so I found out about this on Friday, and it really kind of started to leak out to the news yesterday, and then MMA Junkie, I think they published it yesterday as well. So, yeah, it's out there. Everybody knows. There's a couple guys that have reached out and threw their name in the hat. And then there's guys like Kevin Lee who make up stupid false claims, which are not true at all. So it's been a really, really weird couple of days, yeah.
Well, this kind of throws a hack into all my questions. But was there anything different in this camp that you did out of the ordinary, different than your other camps?
Yeah, the one thing I did different is I brought the best of my two worlds together. Like Spokane is home. Sick Jitsu's been my team for going on 15 years. These are my guys. But it's no secret I love training in Las Vegas. I like using the UFC Performance Institute. The medical staff there is phenomenal. I have a knack for pushing my body too hard, so I really like to go down there. A lot of PT, a lot of bodies, a lot of training. So the one thing I did different this camp is instead of picking one or the other, I just brought both worlds together. So we spent a month down there. I rented an Airbnb. I brought Ashton, Brady, Rick. Jane came down for a little bit. So I just brought the best of both worlds together, and I feel like it was a good thing for all of us. I think it was good for me, obviously, because, like I said, I wanted to have everything all at once and not have to separate the two. And it was also to help bring along the young guys, I don't know how many years I have left in the sport. I'm 35. I've been doing this for 15 years. So I want to leave a lasting print, a lasting stamp on these young guys' careers, on Brady's and Ashton's and Jaden's and these guys that are coming up. So I thought it was good for me to take them down to Las Vegas, kind of lead by example. So that way, when it's time for me to step away from competition, these guys can kind of start to walk that path that I kind of paved before them, and they can break new ground for the people that come after them. So that's been a lot of fun, this camp. It was really good.
I mean, you're an inspiration out here. I see you out here on the UFC commentary table. You have your breakdown with Paul Felder. How has that been going? And do you think that helps you inside the cage, being on the other side, doing the analysis, basically?
Yeah, definitely. It makes me separate being objective and subjective. Like, it makes it easier for me to watch film and take myself out of the equation. And sometimes there's certain nuances and techniques of my opponents that could fall between the cracks, slip between the cracks. So it's good for me to pull myself out of the equation and watch film. There's only so many ways you can get mental reps, and that, for me, this second career that I'm building, it's good for me to get mental reps. It's good for me I can step away from the gym for a little while and come back and start doing new techniques I've been seeing other guys do, things that I picked up on. And the other thing I love about this as well is I don't have to fight anymore. I'm really not doing this because I have to. I'm doing this because I want to. I could step away from mixed martial arts right now as a competitor and go full steam ahead with my broadcasting career. I could expand, me and Felder, our UFC Roundup show is doing good. I could expand to do other things on my own. I know I could step away from competition and be just fine. So it's nice, I don't have to do this. I'm doing this because I want to. I'm doing it because I still got, there's a fire burning inside me that I'm not yet ready to extinguish. And I still believe I'm one of the best in the world. So it's nice to have that thing to fall back on when it's time to hang them up.
Absolutely. It's nice to have that. But it seems like this is a big fight. It seems like this was a big fight. It's like you win this, maybe one more, and you're right there at a title shot.
Yeah.
Is the goal still UFC gold?
I'm not gonna do this, compete at this level, unless I'm doing it to progress towards a world title. Like, money's not everything. You know, I have a wife, I have a life, I have a family. And it's like, if I'm not pursuing the title and if I'm not in the chase, then what's the point? You know, like, money's not everything. Like, if I really like was all about chasing paychecks and stuff like that, I would stay competing until the wheels fall off and I'm face down in the dirt. But I'm only doing this because I want to win a world title. Like, if I'm not chasing gold, then there's no point in doing this anymore. I believe I can make more money outside of competition than I could inside of it. So, you know, it's all about winning a world title. That's it for me. So every fight's a big fight. I always say that like one fight is the equivalent of like a championship game in another sport, because you go through an NFL season and it's 16 weeks and then playoffs and then you're at the Super Bowl. And it's like, for me, this has been a 12-week camp. This has been a 12-week season. And now I'm headed into the championship game at UFC 287. So it's like, every fight's a huge fight. Every fight's the biggest fight of your life. No fight has ever felt any less. No fight has ever felt any bigger. It's always like the biggest fight of your life. So April 8th, it's no different.